Hey everyone, my name is Selena. I'm going to be doing a review on the Tarte Rainforest of the Seas color correcting palette. You may notice that I'm doing this on a new set because I'm actually sort of babysitting Tim this weekend because he just had his wisdom teeth taken out. You may be wondering why I'm in my PJs. It's because I haven't started my day yet. I'm going to film putting my makeup on and then show you throughout the day how it looks on me. I have to kind of pry it open, not really pry, but it's no magnet. I know that's great for some people, but it's not a huge deal for me. And it's a little bit messy looking because it is cream, so it doesn't stay pretty clean, but I do like that it comes with a film to prevent it from getting all over the mirror. Instructions and label to let you know what everything is, and on the back is French if you bought this in Canada. I'm going to read straight off of the sheet. Number 1 is to counter darkness, number 2 to neutralize redness, 3 to define and sculpt, 4 and 5 to camouflage, and this unnumbered one here is to brighten and highlight. I'm only going to be doing half of my face, that way you can compare if you can see any difference, and I hope you can actually even see because I think I'm sort of this huge reflective glow right now, so very sorry about that. I am using my phone because the SLR camera I usually use does not have autofocus. I already moisturized and primed my face with the Nivea aftershave balm, and I've also scrubbed last night to prep for this because I find that this actually brings out dryness from my skin, even though my skin hasn't even been really that dry, but I do find that if I don't scrub the night before, I start getting flakes. So that's the first con that I found with this palette, but I have totally scrubbed it and wore a mask yesterday just to try to rejuvenate it and so I could have the smoothest canvas possible. So I'm going to start with counteracting darkness, so that is number 1 here. Just going to apply this under my eyes, well, under my one eye. That's the only place I actually apply it usually. And then redness, on the other hand, I have quite a lot of redness. My cheeks, I think I have rosacea. I haven't actually tested for it, but my brother used to tell me that I had earthquake cracks on my face when I was little. And I can't apply too much either because it also ends up balling up on my skin when I apply too much. And then I have a little bit of breakouts on my neck here. I haven't had them in years, but I swear it's because I told Leslie the other day that I don't really break out much, and then boom! Well, really, it was my fault because I ate a whole bunch of chips and I haven't been really eating well, and of course, you know, you are what your body eats, so if you are putting a whole bunch of junk food inside of you, then your skin's not going to be so great. It's going to kind of be like junk. Number 3, 4, 5, I don't actually use that until after foundation because this is define and sculpt, so I'd rather it actually show up more. And this is camouflage, and according to this sheet, it says to apply it right beside the Define and Sculpt, but I actually don't really use it, but I'm just going to use it for the sake of this video. I'm just going to blend everything out now using my Morphe concealer brush. I am using the same brush for everything. I'm a little bit limited on tools because, I mean, I'm not home. Should have prepared a little bit better. I can still see my breakouts, but I mean, this is not a concealer, it's just supposed to neutralize the tone, so you could still apply concealer over that. I'm going to be using the NYX concealer just to cover those parts up. And then I'm going to apply concealer over my breakouts on the left side just to see if there's any difference. I'm going to go into my foundation now. I don't know if you can tell, but the left side definitely looks smoother. The right side looks like it's a little bit cakey, and you can see my pores, you can see my lines, and I feel like the color correcting palette does usually draw that out, so it's not a one-time thing. I don't know if it's because my skin is too dry. I mean, I don't really have dry skin, and it's spring, and I usually have dry skin in the winter, but I don't know, it's just how it usually reacts to this palette. Again, I'm going to be applying this with my finger, and little goes a long way with this palette. As for this guy though, I'm going to apply it on both sides just because it's not really color correcting. It's more of a contouring thing, and it's gonna be looking really weird if I am only contoured on one side and not the other. The purpose of it is to soften any harsh lines from the Define and Sculpt. I don't think I usually have any harsh lines from it, so that's why I don't really use it. I'm going to be using this guy here because this doesn't really match my skin tone, but I mean, it's good that it gives you the option because not everyone has the same complexion. So I'm just going to do that now. I know the effect's not really going to be as effective, I don't know, sorry for lack of better words, because I'm doing this after the fact. I swear I don't usually see much of a difference anyway. Lastly, I'm going to be applying this Brighten and Highlight one. Again, I'm using my finger. I just find that it applies better. I have done it with blushes already. I've been using this for a couple months now. Well, or, you know, I ordered it basically when it had just come out. I've been applying it. I've been using it since then, and I just wanted to be able to get a really good grasp on it before I did this video and showed you guys a good review. So there's my look. I'm just gonna get dressed and go on about my day, and I'll show you guys an update a little bit later. Hey guys, it's been 7 hours and I'm back and clearly in Tim's closet just because it's nighttime now. I don't have natural lighting anymore, and the lighting is actually better in this room than anywhere else, and I am actually quite jealous of his closet. I don't know if you are, but it's much larger than mine, and I guess this is what you get for living in suburban life. I'm actually quite impressed by how it turned out, because other times it actually gets really dry and patchy and it balls up, and at the same time though it will be really oily along my forehead and my nose and around here underneath my eyes. It's actually a little bit oily right now, but wherever it's oily on the left, it's oily on the right as well, so it's no difference from the color corrector. And I'm also really surprised how smooth it is, because I took a nap and I totally fell asleep on my right side. Not intentionally, but it didn't ruin the makeup at all. I think it's because I did the scrub and the mask last night, so that really rehydrated my skin. So I guess for normal or oily skin, I don't know about oily because it's pretty greasy texture, so they may end up being really shiny, but for normal skin I think it'll be really suitable. But I would not recommend this for Leslie or anyone else with dry skin, just because it does draw out your patches. I probably wouldn't be repurchasing this, because unless I do both a scrub and a mask the night before, which I won't be doing every single night, then I can't really use a color corrector every day. I would only be able to use it on special occasions, I guess, but at the same time I would still have a worry that I may end up looking really greasy at the end of the day, or I may have patches at the end of the day. It's kind of hit or miss, because I mean, this one time it ended up being really smooth. I guess it really performed for you guys for YouTube, but on other days it hasn't really performed well, so I don't really trust that. I do recommend it just for normal skin, but I mean, my honest opinion is I won't ever be repurchasing it again. I guess that's okay because there are so many color correctors out there right now, so I guess that just means I can keep on shopping and keep on trying. Those are my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed my review. I have to go back and continue taking care of Tim right now because he's still on day 2 of having his wisdom teeth removed, and I'm actually in the process of filming all the foods that I'm making for him because I just want to show you guys any ideas for foods if you've had your wisdom teeth removed or even if you've had your tongue pierced, because that's what I've had done and you can't eat solids afterwards, and I remember that was painful for me. So I want to make a video so that if you want to not hate life after either of those have happened, then you can have some good options. So if you haven't already, please do subscribe so you can stay tuned for that. And until next time though, have yourselves a great week.